Now, even with this photo, I don't see a resemblance. Maybe it's just me. What's going on, guys? Your boy RedpillCanuck back again with another YouTube video. Shout out to the Canuck Squad for being involved and being active on this YouTube channel. And of course, today's episode, as always, is sponsored by RedpillCanuck.com, our daily pill, where we get all our news articles, podcasts, and all that fun stuff, and home of our newest series, Dear RPC, where you, the viewer, write in for professional advice, and of course, not by professionals. And it's for entertainment purposes only if you're listening to an alternative platform. Shout out to everybody on Spotify and good old Apple Podcasts. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Shout out to you. Woo! Hit the follow button if you're new, and if you're on YouTube right now, hit the like button on the way and subscribe button if you haven't already. Now, today's episode is, as usual, going to be one of them strange episodes. Yeah. In today's episode, now I can't believe this actually exists, but ironically, it's not uncommon. Couple discovers their siblings after 10 years of marriage. You can't make this ish up. And of course, we're going to the U.S. this time. Shout out to the U.S. Oh boy, all them crazy stuff always happens there, doesn't it? Let's get into the article. An American couple has revealed that they discovered that they are siblings after 10 years of marriage with 2 kids. Good Lord. Now, here's the deal. I don't understand how you can be married for 10 long years. Didn't you visit any of your family members within those 10 years? Family reunions or anything? Why did it take so long for you to realize that you are siblings? That makes no sense. Anyway, their announcement made on the video sharing social network site, say that all in one breath, Tickety Talk. You're going to TikTok again, eh? Anyway. In a short video, the husband can be seen saying that he and his wife have been together for 14 Wait, what? Okay. Oh, okay. So they were probably dating for 4 years and then married for 10. Okay. They've been together for 14 years and now have 2 kids together, only to find out recently they are siblings. Bruh. Are you kidding me? So okay, now it's even worse because y'all knew each other for 14 years. And you're telling me that you didn't roll in the same circle? No one told you? It seems a little strange to me. Something ain't right. But anyway, I met this lady in 2008. We got married in 2011. We had our first child in 2011, so they didn't waste any time. The stupid freaking social bar's in the way. Shout out to this website here. We had our second child in 2015. We've been married for 14. Okay, this article is all over the place. Now it's saying we've been married for 14 years. And we've been together for 13. Okay, what the heck is going on? You can't get your story straight. This is definitely very clownish because first you're married for 10, then you're together for 14, then you're married for 30. Something don't add up, bro. I'm telling you. Either this thing is written wrong and someone didn't edit this properly, or you be shuffling like them clowns. That's the only thing I can get out of it. Anyway, we just recently found out we're brother and sisters. Good Lord. No further detail was revealed as they made the discovery or their decision after learning of the shocking news. However, the video blew up in just 72 hours with thousands of likes and over 7,000 comments. some internet users were perplexed as to how a thing could have occurred. I'm one of them, because how does it make any sense? They wanted to know if the couple's families attended the wedding or if they got together with family reunions. Thank you. Somebody is thinking in the same mindset as RPC. Thank you. Others expressed their sympathies with the couple and worried how they could handle such a surprising discovery. Others felt less forgiving, of course. That's what happens when you go to the court of social media. Where am I? I just lost my spot. Claiming that simply glancing at each other, the two should have realized they are connected. Okay, I don't know how that could be possible. Some people questioned why the two disclosing such a private aspect of their life to the public, claiming that some things should be kept private. Exactly. Thank you. Round of applause for this person. Because, okay, I understand, ish happens, but why? This is something you do not want to reveal. This is sad. This is weird. Now people are going to look at you all weird. You people in social media, I'm telling you. Unfortunately, couples finding out that their siblings are not so rare as you think. After a strong 7-year marriage and 6-year-old daughter together, a Brazilian couple found out they were brother and sister in 2014. In 2011, a South African couple who had been together for 5 years was shocked to hear that they were also brother and sister soon before their wedding. When the two, who had been raised by single parents, introduced each other to their respective families, they found out the startling discovery. They discovered they were actually siblings who had been separated due to their parents' divorce. Now, you see what happens when y'all get divorced and you're not sure about marriage? This sort of stuff happens. You all say the kids don't suffer, eh? The kids, yeah, they can get over it. Suck it up, kids. This will just give you a tough skin about society. Look at this. Now they're marrying each other. This is sad. Sad. And, of course, we do have another story. And, of course, good old Missouri. I think we're going to Missouri for this one. Married couple discovers they are biological twins. Just gets worse, doesn't it? Now, honestly, to be fair, I can't really see a resemblance between the two. Anyway, shout out to the ads here. The ads keep on popping up. After the doctor told her the news, she felt her stomach twist into a knot. This wasn't right. Was it? No, it's not. They loved each other. How could this be the case? They never had a reason to think something was very wrong. But now a man in a white coat was telling them they were siblings. And I think her name is Brittany Henley. Brittany Henley felt empty after her divorce. She was sad and alone and had always wanted a family, but now those dreams are crushed. She wouldn't have kids. She needed a fresh start, so she decided to change this up in a drastic way, but she had no idea that her problems were the only beginning. Oh, good Lord. So she actually was married once before. Is this their house? Wow. This house could use some paint and some touch-up. This house looks sad. This house looks sad as their situation. Brittany was 29 years old and had finally accepted that her marriage hadn't worked out. She knew that things had to change. She decided to look for a house that she could live in and one day have kids running down the halls. And this is the house you chose? Okay, I'm not ragging on her because obviously, it is a house. A lot of people don't have houses, but hopefully you did some sort of touch up to this thing. This thing looks sad. I've seen this sort of houses in horror movies. Okay, despite her dream, she knew it wouldn't be as easy as it seemed. Okay, so there's some paint there. So she did paint up the house, hopefully. With her old life behind her, she moved to Alabama. Oh, we're in Alabama. Fourth Payne, to be exact. What a name. She stayed positive and kept moving forward. The house she bought had plenty of potential, so a lot of potential. It had 3 bedrooms and may have needed a few renovations, but was otherwise perfect. Yeah, that looks like it needs a few renovations and a prayer. Okay, let me stop ragging on the house. Okay, I read that part already. She knew that the project would be the least to keep her busy while she searched for the perfect man to start a family with. And that's the happy couple there. I honestly don't see a resemblance, to be honest with you. Now, I know I think biological twins are supposed to have some sort of resemblance. I don't really see it. Let me know in the comments below if you see anything. I don't see nothing. Anyway, maybe it's just me. Brittany knew that the renovations wouldn't be cheap. She didn't have a lot of money, but with every bit she saved, she slowly got around to doing every small thing. She did everything on her own. Well, good for, I'll give her a round of applause for that. I know I was ragging on her house, but you know what? It's a fixer-upper. She probably got it for cheap, and, good for her. As she focused on everything on the house, she bought her life. What? As she focused everything on the house, she bought her life would fall into place. I think that's supposed to be thought. Who the hell edited this? She soon met a man named Mark. Things could change quickly. Of course, they had an instant attraction. Okay, what you said there. Between the two. Mark jumped the gun and asked her out too soon, which she declined. Wow, okay. She didn't want to jump straight into a relationship. Well, apparently she's looking for the perfect man. Like, were you playing hard to get? Anyway. Yet she had to admit she felt attracted to him. After a few months, she finally felt ready and asked... Whoa, okay, she asked him out? Bruh. Okay. But trouble would be around the corner. So here's their happy home here. They're happily married. And there's a little tent for the child there. Little teepee. A year later, Brittany and Mark were happily married. Brittany finally felt that her life was going in the right direction. Even though her last marriage had ended on such a sour note, she learned to love again. And with Mark's help, her renovation project was almost finished. But her life was about to get a whole lot worse. And of course, she wanted a big family. This is actually quite a long article. Brittany acknowledged the fact that she was getting older and needed to have children sooner than later. She was an adopted child, so family was always a priority for her. She felt that the natural step into the relationship would be having a child. It was a 3-bedroom house after all. Okay, anyway. Okay, so trouble in paradise. Wow, okay. She felt that her dreams was getting closer and closer, becoming reality. Then trouble came out of nowhere. Brittany would have been disbelief. She wanted to have children, but they was having problems. It seemed that their bodies weren't on the same page as their ambitions. And there would be a very good reason for that. Oh, good Lord. I don't even want to know. So apparently, okay, getting help. Brittany knew that it was time to get help. So her and Mark decided to consult a fertility specialist to explore the possibilities of IVF. So I guess basically infertility thingy. You know, when they put the egg and the little spermy thing together, and then they make them do their thing, their little dance, and then the baby happens. Anyway, I forgot what it stands for. I think it's for something fertility. Anyway, the doctor explained the process, and it seemed like a viable option, so they decided to take the next steps. But when the doctor ran some routine tests, he discovered something that nobody could have been prepared for. During the in fertilization process, in vitro. Okay, I think that's what it stands for. So during the in vitro fertilization process, a DNA sample from both the male and the female is checked to get a profile of the couple's genetic background. This is to safeguard against inheritance defects and could be passed on to the baby. Smart. Through the DNA is not usually to check for if there's relations between the samples. The lab assistant noticed something that made her do a double take. And apparently there was a strange similarity. Oh boy. The research assistant who was handling Brittany and Mark's test was immediately struck with the similarities between the two DNA samples. At first, she thought that the couple may be closely related, perhaps cousins, which does happen sometimes. And in some religions and cultures, some people do marry their cousins. Moving on. I'm moving on. Where the heck's my spot? Oh, there we go. But on closer inspection, the findings were much worse than that. The doctor called Brittany and Mark back into the clinic to break the devastating news. Now, even with this photo, I don't see a resemblance. Maybe it's just me. Brittany and Mark sat opposite to the doctor, completely oblivious to what he was about to say, and would leave them completely shell-shocked. The doctor gently explained that the results of the DNA tests indicated that Brittany and Mark were in fact fraternal twins. Okay. I can't pronounce it. Well, okay, we'll just say twins. At first, Brittany thought it was some sort of joke. Brittany sat dumbstruck by the news, and then Mark yelled, "You can't be serious. There must be some kind of mistake." Then he burst out laughing. "Sure, we have birthdays on the same day, but that's just a coincidence," he said. Oh, boy. But unfortunately for them, it was a mistake. Seeing the doctor was dead serious, the reality became to dawn on them. But how had this happen? Now, this is the interesting thing here. Oh, wait, hold on a second. The biological parents of the couple had deleted in a car crash when the couples were infants. Oh, boy. Oh, man. And they had no close family willing to adopt them. They've been taken into state care, and they were adopted by two separate families. Oh, okay, this is sad. The doctor, who wishes to remain anonymous, said due to filing error, neither foster families had been told that the other child had a twin. I really hope that they could work something out, the doctor says. For me, it's a particularly unusual case because of my job. It's all about helping couples conceive a child. This is the first time in my career that I've been glad I hadn't succeeded in that regard. Brittany and Mark had no choice but to approach the high court, and they're devastated. So the devastated couple brought their case to the high court and told their terrible story. The court immediately ruled that Brittany and Mark's union was legally invalid and their marriage was annulled. That's sad. Their case promptly activists to fight for adopted children to have greater rights to know their identity of their biological parents, and Brittany and Mark aren't the ones who have found themselves in this terrible situation. Whew, wow. And this one, they're talking about the Brazilian couple here, which had something similar, but we're not going to get into that. But that is quite sad. Honestly, I do feel sad for these guys because at least with them, there's no way they would have known. Like with their parents, deleting in a car crash, and obviously the system, the good old system that's supposed to protect these children, fell short. because of maybe someone got lazy in regards to the paperwork. I don't know, and this is alleged, but sad story. I do feel sorry for them. But with this story, though, this one seems a little sus to me. Because this one does raise a lot of questions. Like, wasn't there family reunions? Like, didn't you have a big wedding where the families would have came together and you would have known? Like this one, these parents are alive. They're alive and kicking. And because of good old divorce, and they couldn't settle things, this is what it resulted to. Now, these guys get a little bit of a pass, to be honest, because there's no physical way they would have known. It's actually really sad, but yeah. Interesting times we are living in. Strange things happen. I don't know. Anyway, that's going to be it for today's episode. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out. Shout out to RedpillCanuck.com, our daily pill, where we get all our news articles and all that fun stuff. Shout out to everybody on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Hit the follow button if you hadn't already. And if you're on YouTube, hit the like button on the way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Later. Thanks for watching. Make sure you smash that like button. And to check out our more recent uploads, check here on the top left. And to check out our playlist, check here on the top right. And make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. And also check out our Quick Hits channel, which is also located down below for our more bite-sizable content. I'll see you guys in the next one.